Hi there, students. Bloody but unbowed. This means that you've been in a struggle, but you are not defeated. You're proud of what you have achieved despite that having been through great difficulties or great losses. You're wounded, you're scarred, but you're not defeated. This is defiance. This is saying that you don't give up. Now, this originally comes from a poem called Invictus by William Henley, who was a Victorian poet. And the original lines say, my head is bloody but unbowed. So my head is covered in blood, but I don't bow my head. I don't give up. It's interesting that many of the dictionaries include this now as bloodied, IED, but unbowed. So clearly this is becoming or has become an idiom. So bloodied and unbowed, you're not going to give up. You're going to keep trying no matter the cost. In the fight, he was bloodied but unbowed. He had not given up. He was still fighting, although he had clearly suffered. Now, a little bit of history about the poem Invictus is interesting as well. Let's see. Ernest Henley, he had a leg amputated when he was 16 as a result of tuberculosis, and they were going to amputate his other leg later on, but he chose to go to another surgeon, and eventually his leg was saved, and he wrote this this poem Invictus while he was recovering in hospital from this. And it's effectively the stiff upper lip, not complaining, stoicism. You're going to keep going. You're not going to give up no matter what happens. That you will be unconquered. And this is the idea of bloodied but not bowed. You continue to try. You continue to give up even though you've been hurt. So he emerged from the fight bloody and unbowed, literally, but he emerged from the campaign, from the argument, bloody but unbowed. So having suffered some defeats but resolved not to give up. So this is saying that you're not going to give up. It doesn't matter what happens to you. You're not going to say enough. You're proud of what you have achieved, despite having suffered losses. You've been harmed by events, but you're not bowed. To bow your head is to bow down, to agree. So you are bloodied but unbowed. You have not been beaten, you've not been conquered, you have not been subdued, and you are going to continue fighting. It doesn't matter that you have had bad experiences, that you've had defeats, that you have suffered, but your head is bloody but unbowed. This is you are going to continue the battle for what you want. So I get the feeling with some eco campaigners that yes, that in some situations their heads are bloody but they're unbowed. So they lose sometimes, but they will continue to keep at it, continue to try, and it doesn't matter actually what happens. It's talking about strength in the face of adversity. Okay, so yeah, my head is bloody but unbowed, bloodied but unbowed. So how's your project going? Well, I'm bloodied but unbowed. So we've had setbacks, but we're not giving up. We're going to continue doing it. Formality, that's an interesting one. Bloodied but unbowed, bloody but unbowed. I think I'm going to give it a 5 in formality, maybe a 5.5, but use it absolutely anywhere. So, bloody but unbowed, bloodied but unbowed.